I was reincarnated as an ox. The first thing I did was devour 200 kilos of forage. I stuffed myself until I became the most massive ox in the barn. The other calves thought I had gone mad, because being the biggest not only makes it easier for you to be slaughtered, it also gets you sent to plow the fields like a beast of burden. That's worse than death. But they didn't know that I had awakened a devour and evolve system. As long as I kept eating, I could grow stronger. Although forage provided little benefit, it was relatively safe. I believed I could easily reach 1,500 kilos and evolve, but the appearance of two humans disrupted my plans. Dad, don't kill Negrito. Please be kind. A little girl tugged at the arm of a burly man as she pleaded. Her reddened eyes glanced toward me from time to time, but the man's expression did not change at all. Daughter, do you like beef? Yes, but... Without letting her finish, the man patted her head and said, don't worry, I won't kill it. It's already been sold to the meat market. When the new year arrives, we'll send it off. Hearing this conversation, the forage suddenly didn't taste so good anymore, but there was still time until the new year. If I could evolve before then, I would surely find a way to escape the barn. During those 2 months, I accelerated my eating. Whether it was straw or soybeans, I shoved everything into my mouth without thinking, but the results were not what I expected. Species: ox. Current weight: 400 kilos. Constitution: 15. Strength: 20. Since I was only eating low-energy food, my attributes didn't improve much. Compared to the other oxen on the farm, I was already a giant, but I was still not capable of facing a human. Just as I was thinking this, the burly man returned with several others. Seeing that I had grown even stronger, his eyes filled with joy. Friends, help me. Once we load this big black ox, I'll treat you to a meal, alright? No matter how much I struggled, they dragged me out of the barn by my horns. When I saw the truck with an iron cage, my heart sank. In a normal truck, I might have tried to overturn it to escape, but this iron cage completely shattered my hopes. However, when they put me inside, I noticed that the cage wasn't locked with a padlock. It was secured with a pin. That was my last chance to escape. The truck started, and the vehicle began to shake violently. I kept my eyes fixed on the pin. If I could remove it, I might survive. But the burly man was in the cab, occasionally watching me through the rearview mirror. I couldn't take the risk. The truck entered a mountain road, and the shaking grew worse. Taking advantage of the man focusing on driving, I used my horn to slowly push the pin outward. Just as it was about to come loose, the man suddenly slammed on the brakes. Through the gap in the cage, I saw a van blocking the road. 3 thin men got out. The one in front was smoking a cigarette and had a scar on his face. Mr. Lee, long time no see. The scarred man approached the cab with a sinister smile. The burly man turned pale. Knife, what do you want? Not much. I just heard you've got a magnificent ox. I want to take a look. Knife walked toward the back of the truck. I pretended to be docile and lay down in the cage. What a big ox. It must weigh at least 400 kilos. Knife knocked on the cage. With greedy eyes shining, the burly man got out of the truck. Knife, this ox is already sold to the meat market. Don't get any ideas. What a waste to sell it to the market. Knife extinguished his cigarette and whispered something into the burly man's ear. The man's face grew uglier and uglier. Finally, he gritted his teeth and said, deal, but you have to pay more. My heart sank. These 2 humans were making a deal right in front of me, but then Knife pointed at the pin and said, Mr. Lee, why isn't this cage locked? The burly man was stunned. Just as they were about to speak, I used all my strength to strike the pin. Crack! The pin snapped. The cage door flew open. I shot out and leaped off the truck. Damn it, it escaped. I heard Knife shout behind me, but I was already running toward the forest. I rushed deep into the woods at full speed. The shouts of the burly man and Knife echoed behind me. Run! This ox cost me 30,000! Knife's voice was getting closer. I ran on all 4s at high speed. Branches scratched my body and I felt a terrible burning pain, but after running for a while, I noticed my strength fading.